Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for those born in the year of the Rooster. All the details about the reading are in the description below. It's a general reading, so general reading rules apply. You know, timing's not absolute, roles can be reversed. You've heard it all before if you're watching something as obscure as my video on YouTube. So, the other thing in the description below is a link to the Facebook page for this channel. I post, obviously, all of these videos, but also all the astrology videos that I'm learning from. So well worth a look at those. There's some particularly good new moon videos I've posted there from astrologers off of YouTube. Also, it's got its own inbox. Did I just say that? So you can contact me for a personal reading? I think I just said that. Yeah, so that's the housekeeping done. Normally I waffle for about 4 minutes on that. Let me bring up the cards. And being a general reading, this is for this period of doing the reading because I'm not sure whether I'll be able to keep up with doing them monthly. So what really jumps out to me is the 2 tens. Things coming to a completion, and we have hexagram number 40, which is talking about deliverance. Now, the last 2 readings that I've done, goat and, oh, I've forgotten. Goat and monkey, that was it. Goat and monkey have been going through a bit of a hard time. Whereas I think with you, your hard time is drawing to a close. There's just a few traps that you have to watch out for. There's a burden that you can choose to pick up or not. And my sense is, one, definitely go by your intuition, but also, is it in the interest of you and yours to pick up this burden? Because this Ten of Wands here is clarified by the Emperor, and I'm ambivalent about whether you want to pick up this burden or not. There's the element of that burden possibly being delivered to you through one way or another. And I think you need to feel quite carefully and think quite carefully, but specifically feel carefully about it. How does it make you feel? How can you see yourself in a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks carrying this burden? And how will it affect those around you? Now, I'm not saying that you will have the answers coming immediately because things are changing around you. In fact, on the bottom of the deck, there's a definite role change coming here for you. Because we've got the Queen to the King of Coins here on the bottom of the in-between tarot deck, which is all about becoming the breadwinner and also becoming I like to think of it as the putting knowledge that you have gained into practice while learning more in the process of doing that. But we have the 8 of Wands on the base of the main deck, followed by 2 of Pentacles. So rapid change around you that you are being caused to balance. But the Tower reversed, it's nowhere near as bad as what it looks. I have yet to figure out whether you should take this burden on or not, but I think you need to ask yourself some very careful questions. But I don't think that you're necessarily going to have immediate answers, because this is clarified then by the Hanged Man. Well, the Hanged Man to the Death card, which is, I would say, it's confusion before a change. Let's have a look. Release of the ego. Oh, now release of the ego rather implies that maybe you should take this on. You know, it might be something that makes you go, you want me to do what? And then the more that you think and feel about it, you go, okay. Especially if your reason for doing it is something to do with some historic pain. We've got the 3 of Swords, your reason for not doing it, sorry. We've got the 3 of Swords here clarifying the High Priestess. And I feel that if you give in to that pain, it will lead to loss. 5 of Cups here. If you choose not to give in to that pain and have your actions dictated by that pain, it will lead to profit. It will lead to a stable circumstance. The 10 of Pentacles is all about family, happy, happy, joy, joy. You know, I call the Sun my happy, happy, joy, joy card, but the 10 of Pentacles is the next one along. Well, 10 of Cups, then 10 of Pentacles. But the thing is, the 10 of Pentacles is something that's real. It's not just some fluffy woo-woo thinking of, oh, I'm so happy. You know, the bailiff's knocking at the door, but I'm so happy to be where I am. It's with the 10 of Pentacles, the bailiffs are not knocking at the door. And the reason I'm thinking this is also this Bone Collector card. There is something in your history that threatens to dictate your behaviour one way or another. And I would question that dictatorship of some old pain, because there is an opening here, as we say, is for joyous fun. That's what I got from the Quantum Oracle, joyous fun. And interestingly, the hexagram, Thunder Above Water, I think, it's hexagram 40, which is called Deliverance. I'll read that one out. So the thunderstorm clears the air and refreshes the earth. So it is when troubled times end and deliverance is at hand. Release from pressure allows a return to everyday life with a renewed sense of gratitude. Attend to necessary affairs with all possible speed as good fortune approaches. So definitely, if there are things that require completing, complete them, even if you don't really know why. Because with that release of the ego card, no, you don't really know why, but you have to open up to this new thing and push on through the chaos that is around you. Push on through this new beginning and the confusion that entails. It will be slow progress. This is what another Hanged Man here we have right in the middle of the reading. But this central card is the Devil to the Tower, and it's talking about pushing on through to breaking point. And I don't think it's your breaking point that you are pushing on through. I think it is a breaking point of something else, where something else cannot continue any longer. We've got the Lovers to the Chariot card following this with the King of Swords. So do not think that the path that you immediately choose will be one that everybody else approves of. But it is something where you need to discuss what your advancing strategy is going to be with those who are nearest and dearest to you. You know, whether that's friends or whether this is in the office and it's your colleagues. You know, whether it's the family and the spouse, or best mates if you're, you know, whoever this all affects. And this, you pushing through, will affect a lot of people. And I get that from that fiery Capricorn energy of the Devil. You are building something. Now with that Eight of Wands, I would say that you are building momentum towards something, because that new beginning is coming in. But it is surrounded by a lot of confusion. But now is not the time to remain on your own in this. But you are not entirely on your own, which is what this High Priestess card is saying, because your intuition will give you the guidance that you are requiring if you listen to it and you hold true to your own dreams, rather than falling prey to the arguments and philosophical, I think I'm complimenting it by calling it philosophical, but by the philosophical push and pull that's around you. It's not that you need to go anywhere with this dream. It's that you need to hold fast to this dream, because you are giving birth to a whole new era in your life. You are bringing something into being. So if this burden, this completion, is end of stage one, yeah, absolutely finish it. absolutely go for it. And yes, you will lose something in the process. Oh well. You know, that's what this Five of Cups hints. There's certain things that you will lose, but you're left with plenty. You are left with that entire Ten of Pentacles. But what is important here does appear to be not even pursue your own strategy, because I think that would be too stubborn from what these cards are saying, but pursue your own dream. Now, how you pursue your own dream is best tempered, I suppose the word would be, by your discussions with others and that actual... although I don't want your dream to be affected by that philosophical push and pull, that mental conflicts and arguments that are around you, I do want your actions to be influenced by that push and pull, because you go, this is what I want to achieve. Now let's hear the pros and the againsts. And I think you may disagree with some of the pros, as well as disagreeing with most of the cons. So certainly in terms of actions, if someone's saying you should do it this way and someone else is going, you should do it this way, there are elements in both of them that will make you go, okay, I'm not going to do what you're saying, but you've inspired something in me. So here's a compromise. I'll do it this way. And I'll also do it this way so that you're happy as well. So it's not even conflict minimization, because in a way you want this conflict to be going on around you so that you get to hear all the different points of view and you get to hear all the different methodologies that are announced to you, even if they are announced to you in ways that ain't that pleasant. You know, there is an element of, don't you tell me what to do, but no, let them tell you what to do. You don't have to do it. You know, you just listen to them and go, yeah, that would work, that wouldn't work, that would work, but I don't want to do that because, but I could change it slightly. Because you are coming into that new time and that new deliverance. This Fool card here says that that's happening, but you've got to push through to get there. You've really got to work to actually get there. And yes, that Three of Swords also is indicating to me, with the High Priestess, of an element of necessary pain. You don't want pain to dictate your actions, and pain dictating your actions also means if you are avoiding certain pains, that is pain dictating your actions as well. So there may be some form of pain that you're just going to have to feel to push through it. And there is an element here of needing to have faith, because the two Hangman cards, I think you're going to find that at the end of this process, the how you look at yourself will be quite different to how you looked at yourself in the start of this process. But bear in mind that how you look at yourself at the end of this process, we are looking at deliverance, the Ten of Pentacles, joyous fun, giving birth to a new time. So I think the way you look at yourself at the end of this process is going to be far more positive. Not that all these people that are around you that are trying to push you one way or another are necessarily going to see it that way, but who cares? But they do have value that they can add to whatever it is that you are doing. We have verse number 66 from the Tao Te Ching. Rivers and seas. Rivers and seas can be king of the 100 valleys only because they accept their lower position. Therefore, they can be king of the 100 valleys. That is why the sage who wishes to rule the people must stay beneath them. Who wishes to lead the people must follow behind them. In this way, the sage stays above the people, yet does not oppress them. He stays ahead of the people, but does not exhaust them. Then the people will support him with joy and never tire of following him, because he does not fight. No one can fight against him. So I think to a certain extent that is implying that, yeah, maybe this burden is something that you can take on, even if it means going, hang on a minute, if I take on that burden, who am I going to be at the end of it? And the answer to that is a better person. I mean, not saying there's anything wrong with you in the first place, but we all have room for improvement. We all have room for improvement in our own minds because, hey, we're brought up to criticise ourselves in modern society, you know. So even if my words there make you go, what? You know, you can always feel better about yourself. However good about yourself you feel, you can always feel better about yourself and have that rooted in reality and not self-deception. Because unlike the last reading that I just did, there's no presence of deception here whatsoever. I mean, possibly the devil card could indicate that you've been pushing yourself forward on something that you felt chained to, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting that trying to build something that you're encountering some form of resistance to because you've got to push through. But I think the resistance that you're feeling is your own confusion of you keep going, what am I doing here? But if a river is rerouted, the water has no say on the new way that it's going, but it will soon make a home and make that channel its own as it erodes its way through it. That's what I call the reading. Make your own channel. Oh no, on YouTube that's probably not the best thing to say, is it? Forge your own path. That's it, forge your own path. Right, so that was a bit of a shorter one actually, but this is really positive, but it does imply quite a bit of hard work on your side. So if this means anything to you, Rooster, comment down below. I think I've forgotten on the past few videos to say like, share and subscribe, so there you go, I've said it. And hopefully you'll have some new moon readings out on the Western Zodiac later today. Hopefully. It depends how long these take. Cheers.